Yes, we're here in the beautiful Zug in Switzerland, and we're here with Coingate, quite an interesting name. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, so we're Coingate, and myself, I am the co-founder of the company, Dmitrijus Borisenka. We started in 2014, and our idea was very basic. We wanted adoption to happen, and we wanted to happen it fast. So we went to the straightforward way of introducing cryptocurrency payments for the various businesses from various industries, so that they can easily and conveniently accept cryptos as a mean of payment. So we started from retail business, we started from the restaurants, coffee shops, taxis, cinemas, then we went to electronic commerce, and we are now serving more than 4,000 of active customers. We have 56,000 customers on board, which are registered, which are not using yet, but we are trying to convince them that we are good, and it is very, beneficial for them to have cryptos. So we are moving with a fast speed and with a big name and with a big reputation in the market. We have a big community support, because we are always in the forefront of creating a tech-savvy solutions, additional layers for the protocol for the bitcoins and other cryptocurrency blockchains. So we were one of the first payment processor who implemented SegWit payments and SegWit payment allocations, and we actually are the first one in the world who implemented the Lightning Network for the pilot of 100 customers who are accepting Lightning Network payments now from July 1st.
Wow. Was it a challenge to integrate the Lightning Network into your solution, or, what kind of buttons did you need to adjust?
Well, the same applies with the start we had in 2014. You can either project it for the 2-3 years, waited for it to be perfect in order to start implementing it, or you can just give a try and understand the risks. And we just decided that we want to take a risk, and we fully cover our merchants who are processing payments for us, so that even if something goes wrong, they are fully covered by us. So to this day, it's like 1 week past and there is no failures yet. We are constantly monitoring all the transactions, and if something happens, we are always there to check it.
All right. So actually, you're one of the biggest payment providers, and your clients are actually merchants, small businesses, or?
Yeah, it's small to medium enterprises. It's easy for them with them to discuss, to find the relevant topics, and to explain them why they need cryptocurrency. And we see from our experience that usually this helps to bring more customers, and customers, especially for the tech-savvy products such as VPNs, such as servers, domain names. It's basically it's becoming a standard that you need to have a cryptocurrency adoption, because it's so many people are getting paid in cryptos or spending cryptos. So it's becoming a standard, and Lightning Networks will be a big part of that, because the capacity will be a huge, and people will be it will be more easier for them to pay. So we are really fond of the future.
So I know, for instance, BitPay, Pay2Mat. So actually, you also provide an API to these merchants, and they can actually attach it to the existing system.
Yeah, that's correct. We have an APIs, we have the plugins, we have the web POS platforms like point of sale, where it's basically the same as when you pay with a card, when you enter the card and you enter the amount what you want to extract from this credit card. So of course the majority of our customer base, like 95%, coming from the electronic commerce, and the plugins such as Magento, PrestaShop, OpenCart are helping a lot, because we have implemented our solution there. So the majority of our customers are coming from the plugins, because it's basically a 2-button click and some API credentials. You paste it to your platform, it's working. So it's super easy.
Yeah. And for the customer, you just have your wallet and your QR code, and you can pay with the QR code, actually.
Yeah. So what we demand, what we ask from the customers, from the merchants, let's say from the businesses, is that we need the amount in the currency, how much cash, let's say francs or pounds or euros, how much do you want to deduct from the customer. And once the customer, once we get this amount by like getting information sending from the web page, we can create an invoice for him. He has a QR code, he has an address, he has the amount how much he needs to pay, and then we connect him to the option to pay with 50 different cryptocurrencies. 50, yeah. So it's basically natively we have part of them integrated natively. So it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum currently is implemented, and others are others are implemented through the third-party provider. But again, we track all the process and everything. If something goes wrong, we can easily adjust that. But usually, we have like 1,200 transactions every day. So it's very on a very rare occasion we get any failures. And if it happens, then again we can always constantly monitor and inform our merchants that something was like wrong with that, and we can fix it.
All right. Yeah, we're here at a blockchain event of Ethereum. I mean, what do you need from an Ethereum or a Bitcoin foundation to make your business easier or faster or more efficient?
I think these are the very clever guys in the room. So they are doing a lot of good job already, and they're making a very perfect example of how to be eager and how to be smart at what you do, how to see, how to broaden the horizons, how to do things in a proper and an efficient way. So the biggest part, the biggest lesson from the Ethereum Foundation for me is the organization they have built and the trust people are putting towards this organization. This is a very professional event. Ethereum meetup is like you come here and you understand that you have a lot of gap, a big gap, which you need to educate more about yourself and about the technology and about the layers and about the upcoming future. So I think they're doing quite a lot on educating people. And I'm really fond of that and thankful for the foundation.
All right, sounds good. I mean, and do you want to be the blockchains? I mean, we have these gas prices, of course, the fees. Do you want to be? I mean, it should be lower, isn't it? I mean.
Well, if you remember, we had the problem the same in December with the Bitcoin blockchain, and it just so happened that it settled, and now it's a less problem because SegWit adoption is becoming bigger and bigger. And as I always say, the Bitcoin success become the success of the Bitcoin has become its how would you say this word? It's become not the failure, but at a certain point of time, people started using it, speculating on it. The price increased, so the capacity is not, it's limited. So I think we just need to wait for a little longer, and SegWit is changing that, and the Lightning Network is gonna swipe the problem out. So we're just heading towards blockchain 2.0, and with the new layers. This is actually part of the topic here in this meetup. That we need to discuss the sharding. We need to do we need to discuss the plasma. We need to discuss about the Lightning Network. So this is the next big thing in Bitcoin and in Ethereum and in other cryptocurrencies. Once we get that solved, the prices will settle and we will have a normal price for all the transactions for settling and making payments.
All right. Sounds good. So you're also confident that Bitcoin can also be a way of payment still? I mean,
Sure. Every day we get like 1,200 transactions, and we see that number grow like for the new industries, and we see the interest coming from the new industries. So the price volatility doesn't help, because like it's the majority of questions coming from that, how people are gonna spend if they bought at a high stake and now it's less. So but still, even in this meetup, some of the speakers told that it's becoming a standard. It's not that people are speculating on the price, buying it and storing it, but it's also about the making payments to the vendor and accepting payments from the vendor. We see that in our own example. We help to change some of the businesses to help them save costs on the cross-border payments. So this happening, and it's not the future tomorrow. It's happening right now.
All right. One last question: do you also consider like these stable coins? I mean, like MakerDAO is here as well. I mean, the advantage is that it's a stable value. I mean,
You mean like a tether? You mean like which is connected with a?
but they have a different
Yeah, well,
process.
honestly, I need to learn more about it
Yeah.
because we are in our company and with our team focusing on what we do, like on payment processing and especially for the Bitcoin payment processing because it's like 90% of all payments coming from the Bitcoins. So to be honest, I can't track, and it's kind of difficult to maybe if I read more of a Bitcoin magazine, it would be much easier for me to track all the news and all the new projects and all the new coins coming up.
Yeah.
But I mean, all the initiatives are good. Now it's a moment of chaos where everyone trying to deliver, to build a project, to build some kind of a new idea and to bring a benefit.
Yep.
And I think the competition is the best indicator. So let's give some time and check what it brings.
All right. And if there is like a Dutch merchant and they want to work with you guys, what's the best way to contact you?
Oh, sure. We can be found on Coingate.com. We actually Dutch. Netherlands is our biggest market in Europe.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have very interesting projects coming from Amsterdam.
Okay.
So we're gonna announce it really quick, but it's gonna be like a completely mind-blowing product coming from Amsterdam, from the heart of Netherlands. So stay tuned.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.